Do you know how easy it is to make your own badges when you own a 3D printer? Very, very easy. I'm going to do a tutorial of how to design them. Basically, I go and find the designer one. In this case was a Type R. I get an SVG and then I just import it in Fusion, then I do my own outline and the thickness and everything. This will be a sticker based badge. So basically you're gonna have to put the double side tape on the back or glue it however you prefer. And this is for the front grill. This one is a little bit different because this one we cannot use glue, so I added 2 holes on the back, and we're gonna install these screws. This has a 6mm head, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some epoxy and we're gonna glue them here. And you can use whatever other screws you want. You can cut the head down to 6mm, you can enlarge the holes and attach it, but I think this will be the best. And yes, they will be printed in PLA. I have done many things already on the car with PLA and they have lasted. I did wheel caps with PLA. When there is a heat from the road, heat from the tires, heat from the brakes, and they haven't not even a slightly disformed. So I'm gonna use PLA for this one and see how much this will hold, since this is, even though this, when the car goes, it's supposed to get cool, right? Because it's in front of the car. So we're gonna see. So I will be using this UHU epoxy, UHU epoxy rapid. It dries in 20 minutes and it's pretty strong. This is a 2-part epoxy, so you're gonna have to mix it. Make sure that they both come evenly. Mix it properly. I don't know if this is mixed properly, but I guess we're gonna see if it will fall down. So we're gonna add a little bit inside first. Fill the hole so it will create like a cushion when the screw will go in. Then we're gonna add our screws. Make sure they are flat, of course. And I don't know if you know, but an epoxy glue will create some heat, so you have to be careful not to melt your pieces. Both of them are printed in 100% infill. What I mean with 100% infill, 2mm walls, 2mm top and bottom layer. For such a small piece, it's basically solid plastic. Just because I don't have such a small nuts, I'm gonna use this heated inserts. I'm gonna go and design some nuts, basically, we're gonna insert them in, and that will be our nuts. Since this is a wannabe Type R badge, we're gonna make the R red. I'm just gonna use some decor lac. This is a water-based paint, and yeah, I know if I'm gonna leave it as is, it will wash out with the first car wash, but I'm gonna put a acrylic clear varnish on it, so nothing will happen to it. Let's give it a racing look. And the good thing with this paint is that if you're gonna put a thick coat, it will make it smooth and shiny. That's what I'm doing here. So basically it will go all in the grooves, and just because she's so thick, it will not sink in. I know that it's supposed to be black background and chrome, I think, the type, and are red, but I wanted to be a little bit different, so I made it gold. So if anyone will try to steal the badge, they're gonna think it's a real gold, but they're gonna find out that it was just printed in a gold color. This thing automatically gives you 200 horsepower, so don't ask me about that. If you dyno the car before applying the stickers, it's maybe 90 horsepower. After applying the stickers, it gives you 190 horsepower. So you got a gain of 100 horsepower immediately after applying the stickers. And of course it will depend what glue you're gonna use. That will depend the aerodynamic of the car, and what paint you're gonna use. That will dictate, I don't know what it will dictate. And then for our type, we're gonna do chrome pen. Easiest and the cheapest thing you can do. Shake it really good, and then just make the letter pop, just like that. People gonna see my car with a Type R, they're gonna think it's a Type R. Little do they know, it's only a badge. But these days you may be surprised that a lot of cars do perform like the badges that they wear. So here's our Type R, chrome, red, gold, and a black outline.